Welcome to your Beekeeper's channel. This is Wayne from TheDieselStop. Your beekeeper is going to be posting a few videos for me until I can get up and going here again on some internet. So in the meantime, I'm going to be building a sawmill, and I'm going to be sending him pictures and video clips and a few things like that. So keep in touch, guys. We'll be seeing you around.
So what are you going to do if you're going to build a sawmill and you don't want it to take like 5 years like mine did? You go out and you buy a bunch of parts. You just buy it and you get it did. So we bought some wheels and tires. This is the power feed head he's going to use to make this sawmill. It's going to be a power driven cutting head, which is awesome. This is the chain that he purchased, which is going to handle the forward and reversing motion of that cutting head. He went to cooksaw.com, got himself a band or a few bands there, band saws, the blades. I'm not sure the specs, honestly, but I'll let you know. These are trailer jacks that are going to be positioned strategically around the trailer to level it on uneven surfaces. He bought some hubs, some springs. He's going to be running this axle, tandem axle, this trailer. And then, of course, you have to buy steel. Now he's going to design this to where the cutting deck is 30 feet long. That's right, 30, because in his state they do everything bigger. I mean, look at that. He's got the thing leveled out there. He scratched out a pad with that Bobcat, got those sawmills built, and this is where he's going to start building the framework for this mill that's 30 feet long. Once again, the one he's currently using, if I'm memory serves me, it's an 18-foot deck. And I'll get you a few pictures of what he's currently using and what he's going to do to upgrade the 18-footer. So he's just laying things out here, making sure the square tube is level. Left to right, front to back. Here's some of his welds too. I think he does pretty decent with his welding skills. Probably nicer than mine. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. So he's got the primary frame built here. And it's looking huge, huge. So he starts setting up the axles, putting the hubs on these little boat axles. He's got his springs, equalizers, shackles, hangers, and then you set them up on the framework there. Actually, I think that's a little bit, we're out of sequence right now, but you get the idea. He's setting up the wheels and tires where he feels it will best balance. It looks like it's about 2/3 of the way back from where the tongue will be. But I could be wrong. I don't have all the details. But I will. So he's got the springs set up, all the hangers, equalizers, and axles all set up. He's got them spaced out with some blocks there just to kind of get an idea of where he's going to weld the purchase to. Purchase, not purchase. It's laying out quite nicely. Man, and he was just peppering my phone with photos. He's making good progress. He's making really good progress. And you might ask yourself, why? Why, oh, why would he be building a 30-foot sawmill? Well, he got contracted to clean up some hurricane damaged trees. He's got oak trees primarily are what he's going to be cleaning up. Here he's got the purchase, he's welded them to the frame there. And I'll show you some video of the trees he's taken down and managing. And his plan is to mill those oak trees up, sell the wood, make some money on it a little bit. So that's how it lays out there. Looks pretty good. Now those little rings there are for the trailer jacks. We're getting some pretty heavy rain here. If you hear some pitter patter in behind me, that's the rain hitting the skylight here in the kitchen. But this is a second set of rails. He's doubling up on the frame because you figure if you've got a big old chunk of oak tree on your trailer there, it's going to be a little heavy. Starting to pin those trailer jacks in place. And that'll make for easy leveling. Plenty of cross bracing. keeping everything level and square. So there's the 18-footer I was telling you about. It's just a bare frame. It's just a cutting head. You've got to pick it up, unless you're He-Man, you've got to pick it up with a piece of equipment and set it in place like this. You'd run some stickers across the bottom, 4x4s, or just some cut lumber, and then you got to drop the framework down on it with his bobcat and run the cutting head over the top. I don't know the brand of this mill that he's using, but it's a little clunky. So what do? Well, if you're already buying springs and axles, you buy another set of springs, another axle, some hubs and wheels, and you set up this little framework to be able to make that 18-footer portable. Excuse me. And then he welded it to the bottom, just like that. And then he'll weld a tongue on the front. I don't know if this is going to be on the highway. That I don't know. I'm making assumptions that it will be, but it's definitely going to be sturdy enough. So here's Wayne working with his little bobcat. And those are some big old oak trees. Blackjack oak, I think is what he was calling some of them. And I've got a picture of some of the pieces that he's already kind of cut up with the smaller mill just for funsies. But the inventory, and I don't recall right now how many logs he's going to have, but it's a lot. I know he has a lot of trees to clear out. They were significantly storm damaged in a hurricane. I don't remember which hurricane it was, but it blew through the central states in the U.S. there. Wayne's in the Oklahoma area, if you're not familiar, but he's got a lot of oak, long, straight trunks. That wood is going to be amazing. And we'll keep the updates coming too. This gets us to a point. I already have, since putting this slideshow together, I already have 6 or 8 additional photos, updated photos, and another clip of Wayne speaking. So I will do a follow-up video. Hopefully they won't sit here for 3 weeks like these have. But these are some of those logs, and they are big. Be interesting to see how well that bobcat picks up those logs, because I suspect they're extremely heavy. Hey, wait a minute, that picture got in there twice, didn't it? Oh well, it's done now. You get the idea. These are all different piles of logs. See, that one looks familiar. Moving on. Lots of wood. So that's that blackjack oak I was telling you about. Just for fun. I know he has quite a bit of this. For fun, he took a chainsaw, he cut off about a 6-foot piece. Excuse me. I do like his brand choice of chainsaws, I have to admit. So he cut about a 6-foot piece through it in the back of his truck. And then cut it. Put it on his mill, his small mill, and cut it. And that's what the grain's going to look like. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Let's sit back for a minute and see Wayne in action. The nice thing about not having any structures or anything really in your way is you could just base cut all these guys, flush cut them. You see he's got the front wheels of the Bobcat up, so he has a pretty good amount of pressure against that tree to not come back on him. And it hangs up. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Buddy, I've been there. Been in that same place. So of course, you know, he's not called the gas stop, he's not called the propane stop, he's not called the electric motor stop, he's called the diesel stop. So, that's right, he's gonna power this monstrosity with this little military spec diesel engine. You'll be able to hear it run in a minute. I'll get more specifications on it. I'll let you know. Alright, more to follow. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. I gotta go. Gotta run.